All right, we're live. Welcome in, everybody. We got a fun one today. We're talking how to win your fantasy leagues down the stretch of the season. We're going to be going over playoff schedules, some waiver targets, some trade targets, some guys you might want to sell high on, some guys you might want to sell low on just to get off of them. And yeah, just kind of going over all things fantasy playoffs. Yash, how you doing today, bro?
I'm doing pretty good. Won like every fantasy league except for the one where I'm the top seed. But me and you both know what I'm talking about, so you know.
Yeah, me and Yash in that dynasty league both lost to two of the bottom teams in the league. So funny, just a funny week. The top two seeds losing to the bottom seeds, but it definitely shook things up at the bottom of our league, which is interesting.
Made the 101 go to like the 105.
For sure. Um, that being said, let's just get right into it, Yash. So what we've done for you guys is let me pull this up for y'all. Um, But we've put all the fantasy schedules. We've gone through the ESPN strength of schedule that Mike Clay published. And we've put this all in a doc for you guys to see. And we're just going to be kind of going over through these lists, seeing anything that sticks out to us, and just talking through some situations. So immediately, just looking at these QBs, anything that's popping to you right away, Yash?
Let me open up the screen. Honestly, Patriots. I think Drake May might end the season as a top three. I want to say top two, bro. I want to say top one quarterback on the season, except for the fact that, Pat Mahomes doing Pat Mahomes thing. Josh Allen exists, but I mean, rest of the season, he's looking like a lock. Top four easily.
So looking at this, one I was going to ask you is, so we see the Patriots as one of the easier ones, easier schedules rest of the season, right? And then we see the second toughest schedule is the Kansas City Chiefs. Would you rather have Drake May or Patrick Mahomes for the rest of your fantasy season? I can read off the teams that they have in the fantasy playoffs if this would help weigh or change your mind.
Yeah, I'm looking at Drake May right now. Read off the Chiefs for me.
So I'm looking at Drake May too. So Drake May in the playoffs has Bills, Ravens, Jets as his playoff stretch. And then Mahomes, on the other hand, has
Yeah, give me May. I just saw.
Houston, Chargers, Tennessee. Um, I think Drake May's the smash, honestly, which is feels crazy to say. We've had Mahomes on this pedestal. We've had him as a top 3 rest of season schedule, or rest of season quarterback. I feel like we were actually a little early on the Mahomes train this year. But if you're a Mahomes owner and you could pivot off him to Drake May and maybe even get like a little plus in just because they're looking at that Mahomes is valued higher or scored more points than him, give me May over Mahomes rest of season just in that 1-for-1. Um, any other quarterbacks with a nice schedule that we see popping? Most fantasy viable, probably the Dolphins, which that probably I might take that more as like a Jalen Waddle positive. We'll get to the wide receivers, but a QB having a positive or matchup
Correlates.
being, yeah, it correlates obviously. Vikings, I think that also correlates with Justin Jefferson. We knew Justin Jefferson schedule is nice rest of season.
I
Where
think the Vikings being this high is very interesting. And the reason I say that is, let's be honest with ourselves. No one is happy with JJ McCarthy, right? Or nine. No one's happy with nine right now, his alter ego, right? But him having one of the lightest schedules rest of season, having one of the best receiving cores in the league, like this is really like make or break in my opinion. Like he's gonna have some time to show if he's got winning potential or if like the Vikings should be regretting trading off, Sam Darnold, Kirk Cousins. I could list like probably Josh Dobbs, bro. like, you know, I think it's definitely someone to be looking at. I'm sure he's on most of your waiver wires. Actually, let me pull up ESPN to see his roster percent because I know he's on my waiver wire. Um, could be a nice little pickup. Yeah, 49% rostered. So could be interesting if you have the spot.
I like that shout. I think this week is going to be very telling for the Vikings and JJ McCarthy, right? They're matched up against the Bears this weekend, who, as we know, is one of the best matchups to target on terms of defenses right now. Their secondary is super beat up. It's been beat up all year, and they've really just been allowing a lot of explosive performances through the air against them. I really like Justin Jefferson's stuff this week from a matchup perspective. Same with Addison. So I think if JJ and the Vikings offense is able to get there through the air this weekend, I'll be very bullish on them rest of the season. But I'm willing to take that bet on him. Like you said, if JJ is on your waiver wire and you're pretty weak at quarterback, might be worth a look. And I think Justin Jefferson is now at like kind of an all-time low in value. So if you're able to snag Justin Jefferson off a panicked owner for the rest of the season stretch, would be a move I would explore.
Yeah, I can
Let's
second that, dude. I'm scared of that JJ.
Mhm. All right, let's get to some of these questions we got in the chat. Antonio asks, he's 4-6, not sure what to do with his team. He's got May, Caleb, Quinshawn, Henry, Travion, Bucky, wide receivers, AJ Pierce. I'm assuming that's Alec Pierce. Shout out. Tet McMillan, and he has Kelsey at tight end. So just initially, quarterback, you feel great with Drake May. I think his bye week's late in the season, so you still might want to hang on to Caleb for the bye. But I honestly wouldn't be opposed to getting off of Caleb Williams.
I think you gotta package Caleb and like Quinshawn or Caleb and Bucky and go get yourself one or two receivers, like
Mhm.
because you're not gonna win a championship with Alec Pierce and Tet, unfortunately. You might make it up to playoffs. Like I like Alec Pierce. Like we love Alec Pierce here.
Yeah, but Alec Pierce as your wide receiver 2/3 doesn't feel great.
Yeah, I don't know about that. Um I don't know how great I feel about trading Bucky. What's the news? He's out until like week
So he's out this week again, confirmed, and him being ruled out this early in the week already is like,
not
oh
good.
man, here we go again. Like I think if I had to guess, week 13, week 14 is kind of seeming like it's going to be the timeline with Bucky, which sucks. Definitely not a fan of that. Especially a team like you, Antonio, where you're 4-6. Like I wouldn't be opposed to
Probably.
trying to
Yeah.
maybe package Bucky and Caleb and see what you can go after. Should I pull up my running back tiers?
Yeah, I'm looking at one of my leagues right now with a lot of 4-6 teams, and all of them in ESPN have like a 20 to 30% playoff chance. So you really want to get rid of Bucky, or else you probably won't make playoffs.
Yeah.
Um, I hate selling him because people probably aren't valuing him that high. You're definitely gonna have to take like that injury discount with him,
Mm-hmm.
which sucks. But you need points now,
Yep.
so
You need points. I'd go and target one of the top teams in the league. Find a team that's already kind of looking good for playoffs. See if they have a hole at running back. They might be open to buying one. And I would just honestly, it's gonna sound gross, but I need to lower Bucky in the tiers because I haven't adjusted them yet. But honestly, you might want to target someone in this Quinshon Judkins, Swift, Jalen Warren, Chase Brown range with him. You can shoot higher, but I wouldn't be opposed to getting off of him for those guys. I think you also need to be looking at maybe, or you said you own Travion Henderson. If RJ Harvey's on your waiver wire with the J.K. Dobbins injury news, go and get RJ Harvey, or try to turn Bucky into a wide receiver. Your running back room feels pretty solid already with Quinshawn, Henry, and Travion. Let me go to my wide receivers.
let's look at rest of season strength of schedule for this question. I think that's a perfect tie into what we were talking about.
Okay.
Let's go look at these or well, no,
Running
receivers.
backs or wide receivers?
We're buying receivers at.
Okay.
So
So Justin Jefferson, could he be a potential target? I don't
dude, I
know.
think that's a great show. I think we already brought it up with JJ McCarthy. I think if you go ahead and sell Caleb and Bucky and target a Justin Jefferson, I can see that trade going through. And as a
Mhm.
commissioner, I wouldn't have any problems. I wouldn't call for a veto. Anthony knows I'm a big veto guy. I'm always up in arms about bad trades, but I like that. And then afterwards, you're probably going to have that bye week for Drake May. I bet JJ McCarthy's on your waiver wire. Go pick him up, Stacky, you know?
Yeah, I think you'll be able to get a QB off waivers. I'm never really one who's a big fan of rostering two QBs if I already have an elite option, just because like matchup dependent. Even if Drake May has a bad matchup, you're likely still starting him over Caleb pretty much every week. And with a nice rest of season schedule and Caleb not having a fantastic rest of season schedule, I'd go for May. But yeah, I think that's your best bet. Maybe even packaging like Bucky, AJ Brown for like Jefferson and a running back, like doing something like that could be another way to make that trade. Let's get to the next one. King Cards asks, do I trade Bo Nix for Garrett Wilson? I am 7-3 and my QB1 is Lamar. Wide receivers are DK, Sutton, Debo.
I like moving Knicks. Let's start.
If you have Lamar moving Nix for Garrett Wilson, I did so the Garrett Wilson thing's a little confusing to me because there was a rumor or report yesterday like he's a likely IR candidate. And then yesterday, Aaron Glenn was asked about it in the press conference, and he like wouldn't answer the question and was blaming it or was saying to ask the reporter who reported it. Like he was clearly annoyed that that report came out. It makes me think that it's true and it just wasn't information he wanted to see published already, that they were like probably going to hold him down or hold him out rest of this week and then stash him on IR. But yeah, that is the worry that they're going to shut him down. But honestly, with Bo Nix, you already owning Lamar, like why not get Garrett Wilson, stash him on your IR in case he comes back for the playoffs? You're not going to be starting Nix for Lamar at any point for the rest of the season. I'm fine taking a shot on G-Dub there.
Yeah.
Maybe see if you can get like a little toss in too. Like if there's someone that you like on the bottom that he has on his
Alex
bench,
Pierce.
like yeah, someone like that. Like nothing crazy. See if you can just get a little toss in off your mix.
Shahid. Little
Trade CD and Harvey for JSN and Vidal.
Let's look at the strength of schedule for receivers.
We're on it already, so
I'm pretty sure Seahawks are pretty bad.
they are
for this.
They're bottom 10, and Cowboys aren't listed. But just because of game environment purposes, the Cowboys do tend to play in high scoring games. I think they're kind of middle of the pack. Let me pull up who the teams they're actually playing are. What are your initial thoughts though on this?
I don't like trading Harvey right now, especially with these rumors about J.K. Dobbins. I think that's like just CD to JSN lateral move. Like I don't care. Realistically, there's probably going to be like a 4-point difference week to week between them, right? Vidal to Harvey though, 2 premium handcuffs, right? The problem is Hampton will probably come back week 14, right? Do you need wins right now? Like, if you need wins right now, I'd still might like Harvey more. Like Harvey to Vidal, I think I just like Harvey more. Even as a backup, he still has boom weeks, which is weird. But we love that as a fantasy owner, right? So I don't love that trade for you.
Broncos are a top 5 hardest rest of season schedule for running backs. The Chargers are not listed, so they're middle of the pack. Does that change anything?
Does that matter if your running back is going to be a back? Oh, it's good for Frizzle. If your running back is going to become a backup, I mean,
yeah, I think I'm with you on this one. I was just asking the question, but I think CD and JSN is pretty lateral, like you said. And I think this is just not the ideal time to sell Harvey. If you asked me this last week, then yeah, I would have smash accepted this probably. But I think you just got to hang on to Harvey at least until there's a little bit more reporting on the Dobbins situation. Frizzle asks, I would not do this, man.
Strength of schedule for receivers, I think Chargers are like top. So yeah, I'd set it into top 14 because I saw the Chargers and I'm like, oh yeah.
And I think QJ is trending up for sure. I liked what we saw. Like we talked about it a little on stream yesterday about how the Chargers were really involving QJ in the short passing game stuff. They're letting him do a lot of run after catch things, which is it raises his floor a bit for sure. And if we're still getting the downfield stuff from him moving forward, I think that's better play. Unless you're like super desperate at running back and you're not playing QJ, then maybe. But I do like Harvey rest of the season, even if the Broncos do have a tough schedule. If he gets that entire team workload, could be nice.
I like trading Monagai for RJ. I think that's a smash. I think you're selling really high on Monagai. Hey, that rhymes. First of all, send your team to the Discord. I haven't seen it in a while. I feel like your team changes like every day.
Oh yeah. So for everyone in here, make sure to drop a like on the stream, drop a sub, drop those questions you guys got in the chat. We're gonna get to all of them. We're trying to help you guys win your leagues. Also, make sure to join our Discord. 100% free to join. I'm dropping that link in the chat right now. Make sure to join it. We're in there talking sports all the time. You can ask any questions in there off stream, and we'll get to them when we see them. And there's just always someone in there talking, so it's a good community we're building over there. Make sure to hop in if you're not already. Let's get back into just kind of talking through the rest of season schedules. Is Quinshon Judkins a target for you?
Didn't we sell high on him like 2 weeks ago against the Dolphins? I think so. I forget who just asked me about buying Judkins this morning. It might have been Andrew or it might have been the Discord, but I think he's a guy. I mean, Dylan Gabriel, he's playing, he's playing okay. He's not playing like terrific or awful. He's, average quarterback play right now, I would say. I don't hate it. I mean, you have both tight ends healthy again. From the just looking at the box score stats and split snap shares, it looks like the Browns are running 2 tight ends a lot. So I think that's a good spot for Quinshon.
Yeah. And just looking through their rest of season schedule, they have a couple mediocre matchups, Ravens and Raiders, who the Ravens are good on paper, but we all know that their defense is a little better than the numbers say as of right now. But then he's got a couple nice ones back to back. He's got the Niners, who are so beat up, the Titans, who are the Titans. He's got the Bears first week of the fantasy playoffs. Then he has the Bills the second week of the fantasy playoffs. It does get a tough one in the fantasy championship against the Steelers, but everything else is looking pretty good for Quinshon rest of season. So I'm not opposed to buying Quinshon Judkins for sure. It depends on the price we're paying. Let's maybe talk some running back. Would you rather with Quinshon Judkins? Would you rather have Ashton Genty or Quinshon Judkins rest of season?
Ew, what is Genty's schedule looking like these days? Probably Quinshon. I mean, I still have the same stance on Genty. He's on a bad team, not a lot of touchdowns to go around. I mean, he's been playing good football, but his team just sucks, and that's not a good matchup for running backs.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, his running back rest of season schedule is 15, so right about league average. And he has had the 25th hardest to this point, so it is a little easier than it has been.
And he plays Denver, Philly, Texans, and Giants weeks 14 through 17.
Jason asks, I traded Woody Marks and Hunter Henry for Kittle. Did I win or no? Felt like tight end was my only weakness on my team. Yeah, I think that's a win. We do like Woody rest of the season, but if you're getting the potential positional value of getting that like elite tight end when you were starting Hunter Henry before then I think that's a smash.
Especially since, did I peep the Niners have a top receiver schedule rest of season, but they actually don't have any receivers, so it's more like a CMC receiving smash. And
I mean, Jawan Jennings looked good last week.
This too, but I mean, I kind of view Kittle
Pearsall's practicing again.
Really. I'm a fake Niners fan, guys. Sorry, I've been lacking on the Niners news. I'm just like so in love with the Saints these days. But I like getting Kittle. He's obviously going to be boomer bust, so don't get mad if he gives you 5 points. This is just the Kittle experience. It's been like this since I could remember. But I love
Never
him.
mind. I don't know if Pearsall's practicing yet, but the report yesterday was that he's expected to practice this week.
Oh, okay. That's still trending up for them, but Kittle's always had a role in that receiving offense, though.
Let's see this team Jason's got. So he's got Daniel Jones, Saquon, Kyron, Jamar Chase, London, Nico, Kittle, Javonte, Sutton, Dak on the bench, Hampton, Tracy, Terry. Do I need to do anything else? I think that Cortland Sutton in the flex is maybe the biggest worry here, but they do have a nice rest of season schedule. And you potentially got Hampton coming off the IR too in a couple.
It's got to be like an 8-man league. It's got to be like an 8-man.
I think you're looking good, dude. I like that team. I like the options between Dak and Daniel Jones. Running backs feel good. Kyron can be shaky some weeks, but hey, I still feel good about Kyron. He's still better than. You could be a lot worse than Kyron. Let's just say that.
You could always switch him out for Javonte too, if you wanted.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think you're looking good with that team. He asked, do I drop Mike Evans for Jerry Jeudy, Godwin, Gainwell, Corrin, Gordon, Emmanuel Wilson, Sean Tucker? Also got free space so I can pick 2 up. Of those 2, I think I like Jeudy and Blake Corum the most. I would get Corum just because you have Kyron and Corum's an elite handcuff right now. Yeah, I'd drop Mike Evans. I think you're fine to drop him. Chris Godwin I'm not picking him up. I'm not picking up Gainwell. Those
Jason,
guys
bro, you robbing your league, bro. You must have like convinced them to play in a league with you. Because how is that a 10-man? None of my 10-mans look like that.
I'd go, Jeudy, Corum, and then if you can't get both of those guys, Sean Tucker would be the third.
You're scared about Bucky, huh?
All right. Juan asks, which wide receiver should he start this week? He's got Devontae, Debo, QJ, Jacoby, Addison, Parker, Ortez. So let's look at this week's schedules. Let me pull it up so I can make sure I'm not mistaken on anything. I can tell you for a fact that I really like Jordan Addison this week, so I'm probably gonna find a way to get Jordan Addison in there. Who else?
Okay.
All right. So Debo faces off against the Dolphins. And then we've got who else? Sorry, I'm trying to multitask here. All right, Devontae Adams is facing the Seahawks, and he's coming off the oblique injury. So I think you still have to start Adams, but just be cautious. He may miss this week. So let's do the hypothetical if Adams plays and if he misses, Yash.
Okay. Well, we'll just do hypothetical if he doesn't, because I mean you're just plugging in him instead of the third guy.
Okay.
I think QJ is trending up.
Nice matchup too against the Jaguars, who we know are just a major pass funnel right now.
Mm-hmm.
And then Bears Vikings. So I think you got to play Addison too. You got to play QJ. You got to play Addison. And then.
And if Devontae Adams doesn't play, should we still like Tez or Parker?
I was gonna say probably I'd go Tez or Debo. Tez faces the Bills. Debo faces the Dolphins. Tez could see a lot of passing volume in a game against the Bills, who haven't really been playing all too great. Could be a high scoring game. Give me Tez. I think I'd go QJ, Addison, Tez if Adams were to miss. If Adams plays, Adams, QJ, Addison. And then running back, Travion over DeMercado for sure. Actually, you said you got Jacobs and Charbonnet at RB1 and 2.
I was there.
I would go Jacobs and Travion, and then if you could play Debo or Tez over Charbonnet at your flex, I would do that, unless you're having to start 3 running backs. But I think that's the move I would make there.
Yeah, because that Rams defense is pretty stingy this year.
Yeah. What up, Cash Money? He asked, would you trade T. Higgins for ETN or Judkins? My wide receivers are Amon-Ra, Puka, Diggs, T. Slayton. Running backs, JT, Warren, Woody, Ramondre, full PPR, 10-man. Thanks.
I understand wanting to move on from T for a running back. I just feel like you're paying a lot for Judkins. I wouldn't get ETN personally.
I would be moving Diggs before I'm moving T.
Yeah. It is a 10-man though, so people are probably not even wanting Diggs at all.
Yeah.
But I would start there. I wouldn't start with T. I feel like you got this list wrong, bro. It should be Amon Ra, Puka, T, then Diggs.
I know the fact that you listed Diggs before T is why the only reason I said I would probably try to pivot Diggs first. Your running backs, I honestly feel pretty good about JT Warren Woody. So your team is looking pretty good right now. I would say if you want to try to pivot off someone, you can maybe package like Diggs and Ramondre and see if you can get like an upgrade at either wide receiver or running back.
I think Jalen Warren has a good playoff schedule. I know he's like top 7 easiest ones rest of season, but I mean, we want to win our chips. Am I
Yeah,
right? Like,
let's
oh,
talk about Jalen Warren. Let's look at his postseason schedule.
only 3 weekends matter, guys.
So he goes Miami week 15, Detroit, and then Cleveland. So I think it's these next couple weeks that are inflating his schedule. Fantasy playoffs is Miami's really the only great matchup there.
Yeah, Detroit and Cleveland, you're gonna get like 5 points out of them.
But these next couple week, Warren has great matchups. He's a great guy to if you're a team like teetering on the edge of the playoffs and are just trying to get into the dance. I think he's a nice buy right now because he plays Cincinnati this week, Chicago the next week, Bills the week after that, then Ravens in the final week. So he's got 4 weeks. I'd say he has like 3.5 good matchups there. So I would try to target Jalen Warren if you're a team kind of teetering on the edge of getting into those playoffs.
Cash Money needs to get a good running back too for his playoff push, though. So who has a better just straight up playoff schedule? Because he'll probably just play Jalen Warren next 4 weeks. And then
Yeah.
week 15, 16, 17, he'll need someone new.
I
Trying to
think
see.
15 Warren's still fine. Who does Woody play the next couple weeks? Or 16, 17? Pull it up.
Vegas and Chargers, it's kind of nice. And Arizona week 15.
Yeah.
He's kind of just got like a very mid good. I mean, I really don't think you got to make that trade now. I'm looking at it.
No, I wouldn't do it, man. I'd sit. I like your team already.
Especially moving off T, like that's like a potential 20 points a week. I don't think that.
He's just such a high ceiling. Like
Mhm.
I feel like T's one of those guys who can just be really important to your team winning the chip. Um, we know T can dud, but he can also go for 25 any given week, and you really want that type of ceiling when you're trying to shoot for that fantasy chip, like we all are. Jason asked, "Do I trade Tet and Kamara for Lad and Shakir?" I got Rico, so I don't want to start two Panthers. And Kamara's my RB5, who's always on my bench. Problem is, I got Cook, so not really feeling Shakir. I for sure think Lad's the best asset in this deal. Shakir doesn't do much for me, but neither does Kamara and Tet right now. The Saints do have the second best running back schedule, but I think that doesn't even matter to me that much right now, just because I'm not really wanting to back this Saints offense.
Hey, bro, don't sleep on run block and Devon Vele, bro. He gonna open up a whole new part of this offense. But I like that trade for you. Like I read this trade and I was like, dude, I would just like do both those players for straight up lad, maybe. Like, especially if you're that deep where Kamara's your RB5. Like,
Yeah. Flex Rico, Flex Warren. Yeah, he's got his running back room's nice. He's got Cook, Genty, Rico, Warren, and then Kamara, Chubb, Tedorova. Yeah, I'd go and get Lad. I think Lad's an upgrade over Pittman, and I think that kind of just gives you more outs for your starting lineup each week. If Genty has a tough matchup, you can plug Warren into that flex, and then or Warren in that running back spot, then throw
that's good,
Lad
Mando.
or Pittman into your flex. I think that's a good trade for you, man. And then he also asked, do I drop Nick Chubb and Tootin for Judy Coleman Gainwell? I dropped Nick Chubb for Judy, but I think that's about it.
You wouldn't drop Tootin?
No, I'm still stashing Tootin. I think Tootin's still a priority handcuff.
You wouldn't drop both Nick. Okay, what is our process on Coleman? Are we still low on him real quick since I see him on a waiver wire and I'm sure he's on a lot of waiver wires and he just came off like a 8 target week with Kincaid out and we went through the process on stream last stream that after Kincaid got out, Keon Coleman got used more downfield, got his touchdown for the first time in forever, it feels like. Is he a better stash than Tootin?
I don't know, man. I just don't think I don't think you're ever gonna feel great about plugging Keon Coleman into your lineup. Like the thing with Tuin is like if you'll know with Tuin if you can play him. Like if ETN goes down, you'll know you can start Tuin. And you're playing the if game, but I would rather hang on to that, especially with the team that you have, Jason. Like you're never gonna be starting Keon Coleman with that squad. I think Jerry Jeudy, because he has a really nice schedule rest of the season, if we see some I don't know. We saw him trend up down the stretch of last season. If he decides to do the same thing this year, like maybe go and get Jeudy, man. I don't think Nick Chubb's doing anything for you. I think he's kind of a waste of space, to be honest, on your bench. And with Tuin, you're getting that really good potential ceiling if there's an ETN injury. At this point in the season, I think it's kind of the time of the year where you're seeing less of we kind of know what most of like the rookies, all like the ceiling guys, we know what their true range of outcomes is. And the way you win your leagues now or get that like league winning player is really just like running back injuries, to be honest. Like we kind of know who the guys are at this point of the season. So I think you just got to stash some priority handcuffs. And the other guys that you're saying to pick up on the waivers are also just priority handcuffs. And I don't even know if I would call them that. So I think
Maybe Isaiah Davis.
yeah, but maybe Sean Tucker because he's looked better than Rashad White.
I agree with you though. I think Judy's the main one. I wouldn't really go for Coleman. I just had to ask.
Yeah. And then last one from Jason, Mariota, Rogers, Gino, or Tua.
What is this selection of players? You went from giving us all studs to this, just bottom of the barrel.
Honestly,
Um,
call me crazy, but I might start Tua of these guys.
I'm
Tua
looking at it
facing
right now.
Tua facing the Commanders, and we just saw what have I been saying about the Commanders? They're slow. What are the Dolphins? They're fast. It sounds like sometimes you don't gotta gal brain things. You just gotta like really just think simply and you'll get
Coming
there.
off a big upset too.
Yeah, I think this could be a big week for the Dolphins offense just because of that really nice matchup against the Commanders. I think I lean Tua.
I agree. I mean, he's got the most talent out of them, I think, anyways. So
Over Aaron Rodgers, do you think Tua has more talent than Aaron Rodgers?
I mean, fantasy talent. I mean, Aaron Rodgers is like what, 42, bro? Like, so
For right
I
now.
I did see his QPR this year is like over 100, I think, average, which is kind of crazy because not a lot of quarterbacks are doing that. Let me double check. 97.2 on Flea Flicker, anyways.
What do you think about this question from Alex?
Hey guys, this is my team for week 11. What do you think? Drake May, Hendy, Judkins, JSN, Jettas, McBride, Ibuka, Bench, Woody, Bucky, Harvey, Wandale, Corum, Pierce. Any changes? 10 man. Drake May, love that for you. Hendy, love it. I was gonna say something about your running backs, but honestly, your bench is just like waiting to blow up for that
Oh
running
yeah,
back.
I think he's fine.
Yeah, like I was ready to say, like, I don't know how I feel about trotting off like Hendy rest of season as like my RB2. Like I like him more as like a flex right now just because of that,
But he's got
Rico Chuba.
Woody and Harvey on standby. And
Mhm.
Corum, who's another, like I said, top tier handcuff. Corum might be the second best handcuff in the NFL right now.
Easily. I think he's like one of the best.
I think Tyler Algier is the best right now, but I think he's probably second.
Disgusting. I hate
Uh, yeah, I think you're looking good, dude. You can maybe consider Woody for somebody this week, but I don't know. I think I just roll with what you got here. Yeah. No
Hey, bro,
problem.
don't skip
Cash.
Mando.
Oh, my bad. I didn't see you, Mando. My fault. My fault. Goat. What up, guys? Start two running backs: Woody, Rashad White, Travion. Woody, Travion. Don't give me Rashad ankle weights White, dude.
And he's losing work to Sean Tucker, man. Like, I love Sean Tucker. I drafted him in Dynasty as like my first round. My first pick in the 4th round or something like that. But you're losing work to Sean Tucker, the undrafted free agent. It's never a good sign.
Yeah, and I like Woody against the Titans, and I also like Travion against the Jets tomorrow night. Oh, I'm about to bet, or Thursday night. I'm about to bet many Travion Henderson overs on Thursday night against the Jets. Appreciate the advice. I have Stafford and McBride, so my team is pretty insane. Yeah, your team is nice.
Yeah, I get that problem sometimes too, Cash Money. Like in our dynasty league, like I'm a top team. I average like 20 more than the next best team, and I still want to do trades. And sometimes I just have to like hit the brakes on myself. And I'm like, and not like you're no, like
You're just
sometimes you just gotta
bored.
sit on your hands. Like
Yeah. ATL, Sean Tucker runs with rage. I like Sean Tucker, man. He was fun at Syracuse. The only reason he fell so far in the draft
heart
was because
problem.
he had the health concerns. But I like Sean Tucker. I don't like Rashad White. Yeah, no problem, Amanda. We got you. All right. I do want to rip some underdog dailies for the new people in here. We just took down a $2,000 contest over the weekend. So I want to see if I can go back to back in one of these tournaments.
Did you put this PDF in the Discord before we move on? Because we talked about this PDF for like maybe 5 minutes and just did questions. So maybe we could breeze through it really
Yeah,
quick. Like you just show it off, send it to the Discord, and then we can do it maybe after the drafts. Because I know you want to take advantage of that bad ADP right now.
yeah, for sure. Let me, because the contests aren't really feeling super crazy right now. So I'm going to hop in a contest just to get that like wait time started. And then I'll drop that PDF in the Discord too for y'all. And then we can talk through it a little more real quick. We've kind of been doing it as we going, but running backs, we see Travion Henderson, top of the Patriots with the easiest schedule. Josh, you want to talk about that? I'll be right back. I
Yeah.
gotta go to the bathroom.
Just to clarify, these are not our takes about like who has top 10 schedules. These are just Mike Clay's list off of ESPN, and we're just going over it. So these are like pretty solidified. But Patriots with Trevo, I mean Hendo. I love that. I don't know what the timeline on Ramondre is right now. Let me see if I can pull it up really quick. But I mean, we talked about it last stream. You can't really put the cat back in the bag. And even when he was the backup behind Travion, yeah, Ramondre's still on the injury report. Even when Hendo was, I'm sorry, I'm trying. Yeah, Hendo's limited last practice. Okay. Even when Hendo was behind Ramondre, he still had spike weeks. So he still will get those, and he'll probably earn himself a 40, maybe 50% work share with Ramondre. And that's something that is exciting to see, right? Like you've been holding him all season. He hasn't been getting there really for you in fantasy, maybe like 10 points a week. So I'm excited to put Travion Henderson in my flex spot. And Mando, I would stick with the Broncos defense. Something I shouldn't be saying right now is that I am currently trying to trade for the Broncos defense in certain leagues I'm in. I'm not even joking. Like I'm like trying to trade like players for the Broncos defense. I'm not even joking. Like I was talking about it in my group chat with Ant and Dale. If you have a top 10 kicker or a top 10 defense, you can go look at the points right now, the season total points. It is better than having Brian Thomas Jr. in your starting lineup week to week. It is as good as having a running back 28 to 32, which may sound like nothing, but that's an extra like 10 points with possible boom weeks every week. Like, I love sticking with an elite defense. Titan style, made a trade before getting some news. I'm kind of screwed now. Not sure what to do. I'm trying to get people to veto. Giving up Jamar, Etienne Vidal for Gibbs, Ladd, G. Wilson. Oh, right before accepting Joey B returns G. Wilson out for a month. Yuck.
Yeah, that's rough. I can't sugarcoat it.
I mean,
At least you got Gibbs and Ladd, which
low key, bro. Like Gibbs and Ladd for Jamar. Like
Jamar and ETN.
it's not bad. I mean,
Yeah,
it's not
it
as
could be
bad as
worse.
you think. I think
Losing
that
Jamar sucks though.
I think you will have a hard time getting people to want to veto that because I think this trade was heavily in your favor prior to the news that came out. So it might be hard to get that sympathy. Um,
Yeah. Honestly, dude, Flacco'd been balling. He'd been supporting Jamar Chase for fantasy. He's still a top 5 wide receiver, I think, with Flacco rest of the season. But yeah, it does seem like Joe Burrow's coming back some point soon within these next couple weeks.
Broncos defense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Atlanta. That's what I'm saying, dog.
Yeah, dude. Broncos defense could be a difference maker in fantasy. I will say their matchups aren't like the best rest of the season, but they have such a good defense that sometimes they're pretty matchup proof. Let's look at who they play in the fantasy playoffs. In the fantasy playoffs, you have the Packers, the Jags, and the Chiefs, which honestly, maybe Packers and Jags, I feel good about starting them, but the Chiefs week 17 is kind of tough. I guess this week will be a big test and see how they fare against Mahomes this week. Would you still be starting Broncos defense against Mahomes? Or are you starting Mahomes against Broncos D?
That's an interesting one. That's something I think we really need to think about, like in depth. I don't even want to answer that like straight up right now because who have the Broncos? I think the Broncos have played some elite offenses already, and they had good performances. Let me just see. Played Philly, dropped 12 points. Played Indy, dropped 2. Played Chargers, dropped 17. Played Dallas, dropped 10. Like they give you like 10 points against elite offenses still, and it looks like they haven't had a dud week yet, which is nice because I know a lot of defenses have dropped 0 this year.
Tough thing about the Chiefs is they just don't turn the ball over a lot, and Mahomes doesn't take a bunch of sacks.
Or isn't the stat with the Chiefs that they, or at least like week 6, they had like the most fumbles, but they recovered like most of them, or like some tomfoolery stat like that. They had like a ton of fumbles and recovered like 90% of them, or
Just your
something like that.
average Chiefs performance.
But hey, that shows up on your defense thing though when you cause fumbles. So that's all I'm saying.
Yeah, I do think their offense coordinator is not very good in Cincy. They just have such good players that it's whatever. Probably streaming Chiefs or Packers this week for defense. Give me the Packers, dude.
I have it pulled up.
Packers play
New York.
the Giants likely without Dart. This is just a Russell Wilson beat up spot. I
famous, bro.
I just hopped in a draft for this weekend. Let me pull up actually the ADPs as we're going through, and then I'll do the draft board too. But keep firing off your guys' questions. We'll get to them. Just firing off some of these drafts while we go. Trying to go back to back in this contest that we took down last week.
Theo Johnson or Kate Otten? I wouldn't start Brenton Strange. Let me put it that way, Jason. Theo Johnson against, but he's not going to have a good QB. They might change their game plan around Theo Johnson. I think your safest bet is Kate Otten. Already starting Rashad White. I mean, you're making a correlated bet that you're going to get all the touchdown points, or like the Bucks are going to have a good game. So I don't see a problem with that. I would not drop Ayuk. Maybe for Golden, but I wouldn't drop him. When's your pick, Ant? I want to talk over you when you're doing your pick.
I already made my first two. So I
What was
took
your
Trey McBride, Justin Jefferson. Kind of a unique combo for ADP. Jefferson has a ADP 13, so he usually goes on the other side of the board, and McBride is going 8, so these guys kind of both go in this range. The reason I took them is I think Jefferson can easily outperform both Drake London and Rice this week. And then I think McBride just has a good chance to separate at tight end with no Brock Bowers on the slate again. The next best matchup is Kittle. And then we got like Kelsey versus Denver, which I don't feel great about. On versus the Bills is a guy I might like. Gadsden, still some uncertainty if he's even going to play. I feel good about Dalton Schultz this week. But I just think, like I said, McBride just eating up so many targets. We know how hurt the Niners are right now, especially with their like linebacking core. So I think this could just be another Trey McBride explosion spot. He just won me $2,000 on this tournament last week. Let's see if I can ride him again. Yeah, that's my approach to those two picks.
looking at historical data too? It looks like Kittle's pretty boom bust against the Cardinals.
Yeah, yeah, I think Kittle can
Most
have a good week too. I still prefer McBride for sure.
in the
But
past 3 years, he's only had one game over 10 fantasy points against the Cardinals out of like four.
mhm. The other reason too that I'm kind of fading running back on that start is I don't love some of the top running back matchups, and I feel really good about some of these guys that are buried. Like Jalen Warren against the Bengals feels really nice. Kimani Vidal here at RB10 kind of feels solid against the Jags. And then I really like Woody Marks against the Titans. And then we got Swift, who's interesting, Chase Brown. And then Travis Etienne is 35 in ADP against the Chargers. And we
Are
know
you
that.
going to get any RJ Harvey shares at pick 35.8?
Yeah, I think RJ Harvey will also be a guy I'll be dabbling on for sure. On this turn, if Warren's there for me, which actually he will be because this guy took two running backs, I'm liking a Warren Ladd start here. I also feel really good about the Chargers matchup this week through the air. Um, Jags are quite the big pass funnel, so I like this a lot. Spot a lot for the Chargers, though. I'm probably going to try to stack them with Herbert too. Uh,
He's trying to figure out what running back to target for trading Tet. So I would probably do like. Why do you feel like running back is your weakness? It's just because like Hampton's injured and so is Bucky. And Kamara should be serviceable. I'm not gonna say he's gonna be like great, but
He has a really nice rest of season schedule. But weren't you going to trade Kamara? Wasn't that the
yeah,
deal?
his trade way up here was like Kamara. Let me go find it. He's getting lost in the sauce. Tet and Kamara for Ladd and Shakir. Um, that was the trade.
Wait, is this a different team though? Because he already has Shakir on this team. Yeah, another league.
Bro's just got the same team set up for like half his teams. Um, if you really don't like your running back situation, I think that your best bet is probably bundling like Bucky and Tet to go get a running back who is similar to Bucky. Like that's about all I can say. Like if you really think Bucky's out for the rest of the year and you have conviction in that take action on it. Try to scam someone. I mean, we just heard that guy, a couple of comments, Titan style, just got like low key scammed by himself for doing a trade before news came out, right? So it's always nice to get ahead of the news, right? Like I think it was like damn near like 2 or 3 weeks ago, bro. Frizzle came in this chat talking about like, oh, is Bucky IR candidate? He realistically, Bucky should have gotten put on IR. Like Frizzle was on the money. So
Yeah.
sometimes if you have a take you really believe in and you have conviction behind it, like trade Bucky and Tet and go get I don't even know where our running back tier list is, but like go get a Saquon. I mean, Saquon's acting more like a RB2 right now, you know.
Mm-hmm.
Could probably get him for a nice little discount. Best kickers to target for playoffs. I love the question, Bando. I will shout Will Rijkaard first and foremost as a kicker you should just pick up in general. I think he's like kicker number 7 on the year. And I don't think he's rostered in that many leagues because he's like a second-year guy on the Vikings. I can actually go check, actually.
We miss out on Herbert.
Bastards. 24% rostered, Will Rijkaard, position rank 8, according to ESPN. That's all I gotta say, guys. I picked him up in like every league I'm in. I'm not even exaggerating that. So I will give him a little shout, but other kickers. Who? Here's my like take with kickers, Jason, or not Jason, Mando. You almost want kickers on like not bad teams, but like mediocre teams that can't finish the job inside the red zone. Very good examples of this: the Steelers, the Vikings right now. You want kickers that aren't scoring PATs. You want them kicking field goals. So I think Chase McLaughlin, I just got reminded that because I saw Baker get picked, is like a top kicker.
Pick a running back for me of these guys real quick before you
RJ Harvey.
Okay.
Chase Brown also I was thinking about, but I like getting that RJ Harvey share.
Gets the Chiefs. You still like it?
You just told me to pick.
I know, I'm trolling. We're gonna hop in another one. We're gonna keep ripping them.
I really want to get into this kicker question because these are, dude. I think I said it before. Like my first year in Dynasty, I lost in the playoffs as a top contender because the Rams defense dropped 30 along with Cam Akers dropping 30, and I got blown out because of that. Like I will always remember that. Like people don't take defense and special teams and kickers like seriously until they drop like 20 on you in playoffs. I lost a game to Ant, I think, because Chris Boswell dropped like
your defense dropped like 25 on me that week, so I don't even want to hear
though, like that's crazy that a defense and kicker combined for 41, bro. Good luck getting like Kyron and H-Hand to do that on a weekly basis, you know? Like people don't take it seriously until it's too late.
I've been a strong advocate for getting kickers and defenses out of our dynasty leagues. So Mando, to answer this, if you guys see that link I dropped in the chat, that's a link to Mike Clay's rest of season strength of schedule rankings. And you can look at where teams are ranking for each position, and they have kickers and defenses listed on there as well. So I'd recommend checking that out. In addition, maybe just looking at some red zone statistics. We can try to pull some up for you, but it's good to target teams that are they're getting in the red zone a lot, but like Josh said, they're struggling to put touchdowns on the board. They're getting a lot of field goals. I think red zone percentage and like third down efficiency are good metrics to look at when you're trying to find which kickers.
Tyler Loop might be good too. I'm looking at him. Ravens kind of been struggling. He's got Cincy, New England, Green Bay. He might explode against New England and Green Bay. I'm thinking you just keep Eddie though, like Eddie Pinheiro. He a dog. He's like already kicker 6, and the Niners fit that description, right? Great team. I mean, they're my team, but they just can't finish the job this season.
All right, so we go Puka 105 here. Don't love the matchup against Seattle, but you just can't ignore the upside of Puka this week. Especially if Devontae Adams were to miss. We could just see an even larger workload for him. And sometimes it's good when teams are playing good defenses. If it's supposed to be a close game, sometimes you just want to target the best players. When you're trying to move the ball against good defenses, you often got to use your best guys, right? We get sniped on McBride there, so can't go him. I think I'm going to get a Drake London share just because I haven't got around. I'm going to still go Jefferson. I don't care. I haven't got a Drake London share. I prefer Jefferson this week. This is probably going to be my biggest stance of the week, as I just really feeling this resurgence week from Jefferson against the Bears defense. If it doesn't come this week, it's not coming at all this season. In the past couple weeks of these tournaments, Jefferson's still been going on like the 5-6 pick range. So I'm gonna buy the dip on him. He's got a 13 ADP right now. I'm just gonna keep scooping that up.
I'm gonna call it.
ATL's asking about Keenan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've been saying it. We were saying it on stream last week when we pulled up the snap shares. Like, he's getting wide receiver 3 snaps. He's not on the field as much. He's not running the routes as much as QJ and Ladar. If Aronde were to miss, might get a little bit of a bump these next couple weeks, but it seems like Aronde's day to day, so he'll maybe miss 1 week. I doubt he misses more than 1 game if he does miss any.
That was the process Atlanta had in the comment you missed.
Yeah. But even then, I feel like that's a lot of hopium in that projection.
Mm-hmm.
That you're just, it's a lot of hope and not actually anything super.
Atlanta, right now, I'm shopping Keenan for like defenses. I'm not even playing. I'm shopping Keenan for anything I see value in right now, right? So whether that's like, sometimes you gotta zig when everyone else zags, like everyone's, maybe looking at Keenan like, oh, this guy's kind of bummy. Sell him like a bum then. Go get the Broncos defense, dog. Like, I think that would probably give you better ROI than Keenan rest of season, weirdly. But you already have Broncos defense, so kind of a bad take for you, but
Just in general, though, that's not a horrible process. Like, Keenan is really just kind of a roster clogger at this point. Like, he's not someone that you just want to cut because he's gonna get
projected
picked
12
up.
points.
He's gonna get picked up, but like you're not gonna feel great about starting him rest of season.
Who could you get? Like, dude, get Trey Tucker. Like, get Trey Tucker for Keenan, bro. Like, get someone like that. Like,
I don't hate Keenan for Jawan if you could get that done.
that too, beautiful.
I think DK Metcalf is also kind of intriguing. I think both those guys are upgrades. See if you can get scammy with a deal
Keenan
like
for
that.
Watson, Keenan for Dubes. Are we targeting Packers
No,
receivers?
I think I
Keenan
still
for
prefer
Golden.
Keenan. Nah, I think I still prefer Keenan to those guys.
Why is Dubes questionable?
Completely honest. He got banged up at the end of last game.
Chest injury.
All right, so we are gonna take.
Which league should I target Joe Burr and how much fab? Probably the one with Dart. I mean, Brian Dable gone. They're probably going to be a lot more conservative with Dart. And tell me your process right here.
I'm between going Kittle or doing like a Baker. No, I think I'm gonna go Kittle, and then I might just get unstacked Herbert here. Just because I feel like I really like the late round running back targets this week, and I just feel like you're passing on too much ceiling. I really like. I could see Herbert being the QB1 this week, facing off against the Jags, who just have a horrible secondary right now, are giving up so many air yards, so many touchdowns through the air.
Is Drake May not in this slate, or
I
is it
love
just
this
the
spot.
10 a.m. slate?
It's just the 10 a.m. and 1 o'clock slate, so there's no Drake May. The top QBs for this week
Or Lamar,
it's
Josh Allen, Herbert, Mahomes,
and Baker. And honestly, I think Herbert and Baker and maybe even Stafford are probably going to be my favorite targets. Between those guys, Allen just going too early, man. And
not Joe Flacco.
he's not. Oh, he is on the slate, huh? But they're playing the Steelers.
He dropped 26 on the Steelers last time he played them. That was his first day in Cincy. I think that could be sneaky last round guy if you get sniped on QB every time.
Yeah, Flacco could be someone interesting too.
Let's see what the Jamar team does. It looks like they're playing it through that game. They're taking Jalen and Jamar. They might go Flacco.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Damn, they took Adams that high and he's questionable. Interesting.
I mean, but if he plays, that's a smash.
Upside, upside, upside.
Yep.
We expecting JMO to be a must start flex now.
So I think you got to play him still a little matchup based. I like Jamo though. I'm encouraged. Let's see what he does this week. Let's see if the Dan Campbell calling plays really translate to anything crazy for him. If he's going to continue to get that increased workload with Campbell now calling the plays. I wouldn't say he's must start, but he still feels a little boom bust. But I think we're going to see more boom weeks down the stretch than we maybe were seeing to start the year.
Atlanta, I like moving
As I'm
Keenan
finishing off
players.
this one, I'm hopping into another draft right now. What's up? This citizen, he asked or said he traded Johnston for RJ Harvey. Did we get this exact same question from someone else? I feel like someone else asked this exact same trade or something similar.
Traded Johnson for RJ Harvey before. I don't know, bro. Maybe. I sometimes I feel like I have the memory of a like chipmunk, bro. Like especially when we do like the this week's schedule. I feel like I have to look at this week's schedule like 8 times to remember who the Bucks are playing. That I still don't. The Bills. The Bucks are playing the Bills. I don't know. Sometimes I just feel like there's like so much information. What are we thinking here, Ant?
That's what I was just about to ask you. These are the 4 guys. I want to pick 2 of them. Or
Get your Woody share. I know you want to.
yeah, I think I took Woody in the last one, right? Oh, I'm on the clock in another draft right now too.
Chase Brown dropped 15 last time he played Pittsburgh. Do you have anyone in that game already or no?
What about Swift against Minnesota here?
To go with your JJ
Or
share.
what about ETN?
We like the Chargers defense though, don't we?
Not against the run.
Do we like the Jags offense at all? Let me ask that question. Are the Jags going to have the opportunity to run?
Then you just talked me into Chase Brown.
It cannot be that easy.
Well, I've already taken a couple ETN shares, and it's just I like him being buried in ADP, but it's not like a stance I'm willing to just go 100 ETNs to 0 Chase Brown. Like I'll dabble on some Chase Brown. I'll dabble. I started another draft as we were going, and I started Bijan Jefferson in that one.
But you might want to get like a couple of shares of no Jefferson, big dog.
I know, but it's just if he's falling to me, I'm gonna keep taking
This
it.
is Jalen Naylor's offense.
This also sometimes in these contests, Josh, you gotta take stances. I took a stance on Jameson Williams last week, and that ended up paying off big time. Took a stance on Dart. Like you open yourself up to a lot of different possibilities when you're taking the same players just with like different combinations. If you really like a spot for someone like I do for Jefferson this week, I think it's fine to get a little exposure heavy in these.
At least you got him at ADP this time.
Yeah,
because his ADP is like round 3, dude.
not really.
Try to have
13, I guess, but
dude, you should try to catch him late. Because remember what happened with Judkins, bro? We saw him fall like round 3 that one time.
Yeah.
It's all about like those lucky lineups sometimes.
Yeah, true.
Especially if his ADP is 13, that means some people are probably picking him at like pick 18.
Mm-hmm. I think I'll do 1 or 2 more drafts after this.
Maybe get a stud QB instead in round 2.
I'm kind of liking since I got Ibuka playing it through Baker with this one. I like Baker's spot against the Bills.
What do you think about Rico going this early?
It's too early for me.
Against Atlanta?
Yeah, like Atlanta's not like
bummy.
Yeah. Do I just take Baker here and lock him up?
Given your luck, yeah. I mean,
yeah, let's just take Baker because I'm debating how I want to play tight end in this one. Do I want to play it through Cade Otton and stack him with Baker too, and just do the Bucks double stack.
I like that.
Or yeah. Or do I play it through like Dalton Schultz? That's the Titans. Fannin against the Ravens. Rondé against the Jags, but who knows if he's going to play. I could also take a Rondé in the last round and then just set my swap rankings. So if a Rondé misses, I can swap him out with another tight end I like. Oh, never mind. He goes. So we're just going to take on. All right. I like this start. Now we just need to hammer it home with a running back.
Is Fannin being picked up in any of these drafts?
He's going drafted a little bit. I think he's tight end 7 or 8 right now.
Browns versus Ravens.
Yeah. Ravens, I actually like now that they got their linebackers, though. I think they're pretty solid against.
Who traded for Jair?
The Ravens. Or wait. No, they traded him away. They traded him to who was playing last night? The Eagles.
Okay. Because I'm just thinking about this Ravens defense, and I like their secondary. But isn't that just going to get soaked up by Cedric Tillman and Jerry Jeudy? And hasn't that kind of been happening all season? And then Harold Fannin benefits off that. So I'm looking at it right now.
Maybe. How did who did the Ravens play this last week? Not the Dolphins, right?
I'll check for you.
I'm gonna take Swift in this one. Makes sense
to the Vikings.
The Vikings.
Yeah, TJ Hawk didn't do anything. When they played Miami, I think Greg Dulcich got like 3 catches. Chicago, I think that was Loveland's blow-up game, wasn't it?
No, that was against the Bengals. All right, we just hopped in a battle royale. I think I'm going to do one battle royale and then one hurry up and then call it a day. For anyone still sticking around, fire off your last-minute questions. We'll get to them before we get out of the stream. We're going to rip 2 more drafts and then get out of here.
Take Jalen Coker 101.
I don't think Coker's even on the slate, is he?
He is.
Oh, he
Rico's on the slate.
You're right. I don't know, Frizz. I don't know if I can get behind you there, dog. 104, here's the pick we draw. Let's see what we want to do.
Antonio, you were talking about this earlier, Brett. Antonio, you were like here beginning of the stream, big dog. Travion, Bucky, Judkins.
We said package Bucky and AJ Brown maybe for a upper echelon wide receiver if you can do that.
I said Bucky and Tat, bro.
Yeah, you can do Bucky and Tat. You could just do Bucky flat.
What receivers are we targeting? Are we targeting Jalen Waddle? Are we targeting?
Yeah, offer like Bucky for Jalen Waddle.
Maybe. Nico or Jalen?
Jalen Waddle.
Jalen or George Pickens?
GP.
George Pickens or McConkey?
GP.
Well, okay. Well, there's your range right there, honestly, because I think McConkey and GP are pretty close. And you have Hampton, I think I saw, or I might just be tripping. You don't have Hampton. But either way, I mean, I'm targeting guys who can give me 20 a week at receiver. That's how I'm putting it.
JSN or Bijan here. JSN against the Rams, Bijan against the Panthers. Let's go JSN.
I don't like that. Bijan gets taken too.
We took Bijan the last draft, so it's whatever.
The Rams are so weirdly good, and it's going to be in division.
They are, but also the Seahawks have been blowing people out, and because of that, I feel like we haven't really got to see like a true JSN ceiling game. And now in a competitive game script, I can see him just getting fed.
This is gonna be. I hope this is a great game, dude. It has so many like playoff implications, divisional implications. Like,
Yeah, it should be a really good game. Got Kamanunga as my RB2 rest of the season. We riding, says Frizzle.
woo. Would you trade away Dak and Kyron for London and Woody? Already have Lamar.
Yes. That's a smash for you, dude.
I agree. I think London alone is worth that trade. Woody on the side is kind of just like filling the gap for Kyron, and he has one of the lightest RB schedules rest of season. Can go see that in the Discord. But yeah, I like that trade for you. Got you, SMP.
Hey, y'all, make sure to drop a like on the stream, drop a sub, join the Discord for any questions you guys have. It's 100% free to join. We're in there all the time. I'll drop that link once again in the chat. We're building that out over there, so make sure to join. We're answering all questions there all the time, sending our pick'em slips, you name it.
Why is this league so deep? Why are you starting like 12 players?
Jefferson went 301 in this one.
Oh, it's super flex.
Something to monitor. I
mean,
if we get James Cook here, that would feel pretty good. I know he's got a tough matchup against the Bucks, but maybe Josh Allen's a pretty good play against the Bucks too. Do you think he has a chance to separate at QB this week?
No, not really.
Nope.
I mean, he'll probably give you the average 19 to 23 range, but when I think separate, I want a guy who's giving me 25 plus at QB. Who do I think could do that this
Who else
week?
can do that on this slate, though?
Drake May. Oh, well, he's not on the slate. Lamar won't.
Lamar's against the Browns.
Justin Herbert might.
I think Herbert's honestly. But like, dude, Bucks is a pretty solid matchup for Allen to do well.
It'll be like a shootout maybe, but I don't love it for him. Jordan Love, what time does he play? 10 a.m. New York Giants. Has something to prove. Matt LaFleur hopefully has something to prove. You could just ride the wave with Bo Nix, just occasionally giving you 25, but against the Chiefs, I don't know how realistic that is. That's Jacoby, but dude, why is Jacoby averaging 20 fantasy points a game? Against the Niners too. I hate to say it, that could be a sneaky pick. Like if you have your 6th round pick, I think you should maybe go Joe Flacco or Jacoby.
I'm not taking Jacoby. I'm sorry, dude.
That's just a low rostered, unique build.
You're not getting the ceiling there. I like Addison.
Get some ad, bro.
I like Addison and I like Herbert even taking.
Go ahead, your Jefferson take.
Is QJ still available? Yeah, QJ's buried, dude. I might go Herbert QJ. I think that's what I want to do if this guy doesn't snipe me on Herbert right here. He wants Baker. I know he wants Baker.
My buddy who's 2-8 said he will give me. Hey, is your buddy Lou Dorcher's chamber by chance? Bro just picked up his 2nd win this week. Isn't that a fiery tutor? Isn't that Lou Dorcher chamber?
Yeah, I think so. All right, we got her, bro. I really like this team, honestly. This feels pretty good.
Would you do that? Would you take Judkins for Sutton and Kyle Monagai? Yeah.
Yes.
But they're all gonna get back. This is a losing team. Hey, I sent my 1-9 team Jamar Chase trade. He still hasn't gotten back to me. So I mean, just be shameless, dude. Because if you're not shameless, some other soulless creature in your league will. That's all I gotta say. I'm in a league with some not so sharp people sometimes, and they just get taken advantage of. And it's just, I'm like, why do I not do that? Like,
All right, we're trying to hop in a hurry up now. Do one more. Maybe I'll enter a battle royale too and see which one feels first.
damn, Anthony feeling draft happy after that big win, huh? A couple bandos, try to get a couple more, huh?
I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. I think there's a lot of like I was saying, the ADP. I think there's some things to exploit right now.
Did you get an Addison share last draft? I didn't see.
No, I took QJ. I took QJ.
You should play this one through Addison, Joe Flacco, maybe. Get something, get freaky, dude.
Feel
Get
like
like
tier.
Jamar.
If I get Chase at the, I want to play. If I'm getting Flacco, I think I want to play it through Chase. You can maybe
Yeah.
get T too. Maybe I should start mixing in some T as well.
Yeah, big T truther here, guys. He's been a T truther for like 4 years now.
I mean, no, I don't think that's a collusion type of trade.
That's pretty fair value. And it makes sense for a 2-8 team to tier down from players.
All right, I think we got in the battle royale, so I'm gonna leave this hurry up.
I can't imagine what that guy's playoff odds are, though, dude. I have a couple of 3-7 teams, and they both have like 2%. So a little
So
late to be making that trade.
we landed on the 103 in this one. I'm
Jamar
hoping
Chase.
this one I'll probably go if CMC and Jamar Chase are first gone. I'll probably go Bijan just since we did go JSN in the last one. Yeah, I think that's how I want to play this. This is the last draft we're gonna do. So anyone that's in here, make sure to fire off any last minute questions you got, and then we're gonna head on out. Appreciate y'all for checking in.
Where
It's
is
been a
James
fun
Cook
stream.
going?
I got him third round in the last one. If you didn't
So
see
I'm
that,
thinking people are very like
he's
quick.
14 ADP though, so he's like early third. It's kind of where he's going.
Derrick Henry. People are really scared about that Browns matchup.
Mm-hmm. Which I am too, to be fair.
How
I
did
think
Kyron do last game? What's up?
I think I don't really like Kyron's matchup either. The Henry Kyron tier, like I feel like I'm kind of just gonna be skipping on those guys and going to like the later scrolls. I feel like
The weird thing about Kyron though is he always gets weird usage against in division teams. Like I don't even know how to explain that take to you. Like I really don't. Every time he plays the Niners, he drops like 30. I'll put it that way.
should I be dabbling on some Kyron?
I'm looking at his past performances against the Seahawks because there's going to be good data on that.
The Seahawks are just so good against the run right now. Like they're literally like the top 3 run defense, and they like don't give up rushing touchdowns in the end zone in the goal line. It's also why I kind of like the spot for Puka and Devontae if Devontae were to play.
Looks like he kind of struggles with Seattle in general, though.
Yeah, I think I'm gonna stand on.
And that's like Seattle from 2 years ago. Their defense was not this good at the run, at least.
I'm not gonna say who I want here because I'm just gonna get sniped.
Don't even think about it. Think about Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker. Jalen Coker.
Don't take Jalen Coker. Oh no, he took.
No! They took Jalen Coker.
All right.
Yeah, man, this is just a Jonnu Smith spot, bro.
We're gonna go Mecca here, and then, damn it, there goes Cook. I was hoping to get Cook on the way back. Have a couple guys. I'm happy to play it through here though.
I would leave the draft if they took Coker. That's how you know we're being watched if someone just takes Jalen Coker randomly out of nowhere. Like, oh my god, I just sniped him.
Ooh, there goes Jefferson. I hadn't got to any Rashee Rice yet, but I'm going to take a Rashee share here just because he has too much ceiling to pass up on 5 picks past ADP. If we're going to scoop some Rashee, even with the tough matchup, I don't feel great about going full zero on somebody because that has buried me in weeks past.
I felt very comfortable going full zero on Brian Thomas Jr. preseason.
Oh yeah, for season long stuff, it's a little different, right? But like
Yeah.
for these drafts, it's like if you just go full zero on the guy that you needed this week, like you're not gonna win.
Oh, in case anyone's wondering, Travis Hunter officially out for this season after his surgery.
Yeah.
So not even gonna view that playoff push. I had him in a couple of leagues on my IR slot, but I'll probably be dropping him now.
Honestly, I felt like it was pretty expected with the way things were trending.
Jacoby Myers landed too. Makes sense.
Yeah. All right, so I don't think we're gonna get to play this one through Flacco, which is fine.
Hey, I mean, Frizzle, Jalen Coker trending up, dude. His snap count since he's come back trending up. He's like, damn, he's actually getting more snaps than Xavier Legette right now. Only 8 less than Tet. It looks like they might be lining him up in 2 receiver sets. I might have to watch the Panthers game, subject myself to that torture.
Is DK a sneaky guy to target this week against the Bengals? Oh, or DJ Turner.
How did you do last time? Let me go look for you.
He did pretty mid.
Yeah, 3 of 5 targets, 50 yards. That's pretty. Who just rang my doorbell? I'm gonna check my mom's location, but if that's just a solicitor, I'm gonna be very upset. Yeah, guys, I literally have a no soliciting sign on my front yard, and people still come to my doorway. I bet it's a solar guy. I'm not picking up that door.
Let's go Chase Brown at this one. Since we passed on the Bengals receivers, I don't mind playing it through Chase Brown. Just kind of betting that the touchdowns go through him. And then tight end, I was thinking I wanted to do a Rondé here. And just set. Yeah.
I feel like everyone's out on Theo Johnson, but I mean, I might just be wrong. I think I'm the only person out on Theo Johnson this week with no dart.
Giants are on the slate. I didn't even know the Giants were on the slate because they're just all so buried.
Yeah, it's definitely people are targeting the offenses they like. Like, I doubt anyone's drafted any Browns players aside from maybe Judkins.
Judkins does go, yeah.
Like, I doubt anyone's drafting like Ravens players besides Lamar. Like, I bet everyone's just.
Woody Marks went hella early in this one. Just noticed that. All right, so we got Gadsden. We'll take Gadsden, and we'll hope we get him this week if he plays. If not, we'll set it to probably Dalton Schultz. All right, I think that's gonna wrap it up. Appreciate y'all that hopped in here. We'll see you guys in the next stream. Probably go live either tomorrow or Thursday. We'll see y'all later. Peace.
Deuces.